Peace for Ukraine or you reign now. Russia, just go home.
There are 211 countries and regions which have animal people protection laws. Obey the law of your country. No more animal people slaughterhouses, no more hurting, no more murdering them to eat, to lab test, or for any reason at all. Be vegan, make peace. So be it.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
మా కార్యక్రమాలు అందజేస్తున్నాయి అనేక భాషలలో. దయచేసి చూడండి suprememastertv.com/schedule.
As in the past, we sent to you voices crying in this wilderness of evil. Straighten yourselves out. Make way for the Lord, for the hand of punishment shall come upon you. As in the past, you all continue in your lives of pleasure, neither caring nor seeking the truth. Therefore, I say unto you as your God, many will die. Only a few will be saved.
Please watch on for Prophecy Part 269, Veronica Lueken's Bayside Prophecies of the Apocalypse.
Vegan. Imagine a world without murdering the innocents.
O Gaza, all lands belong to the Lord, not any grabber. Live in love with your neighbors, not die in horror.
Supreme Master Qinghai, vegan.
Greetings, lovely viewers. I am Angelica, a Quaker elder in the United States. and I find humble joy in silent meditation and group prayer. The congenial American people cherish your inner contemplation on the true self. May your soul be forever united with the divine.
Make peace now, not make women widows. Not make children cry. Make nations strong and still. Make your heart beautiful and new.
Throughout the history of mankind, the divine messages are often shrouded in mystery. Prophets, messiahs, or whichever names you call them, are often persecuted and oppressed, their words obscured. But how do we distinguish the true from the false? To do so, one can only rely on the divine's guidance, and the truth will reveal itself to those who earnestly seek it. In today's episode, we will discover some of the warnings that Mrs. Lueken issued in order to caution people and guide them towards more noble actions. In particular, she acknowledged and rebuked the unholy activities of the Catholic Church. She also reminded people to avoid the traps of materialistic pleasures. Veronica Lueken, once a regular American housewife, started to receive apparitions of saints such as the Blessed Saint Mary, vegetarian, Lord Jesus Christ, vegetarian, Saint Michael the Archangel, and so on from the 1970s. Just like other prophecies around the world, many of the apparitions she received warned about the end times.
The pages of John's writings, the Apocalypse, the Revelations, are turning faster and faster. Man controls the speed to his destruction. Your country, my child, the United States, and many countries of the world have become paganized. My son's church upon earth shall go through a great crucible of suffering with chaos.
My child and my children, the pages are turning fast in the apocalypse. Have you listened to my counsel in the past, my children? Are you making an effort to study the book of life and love, your Bible?
The apparitions point out that the chastisement will come because mankind does not follow the true teachings of God anymore. Instead, They arrogantly follow their own superficial whims and fancies, even to their detriment.
Mankind is allowing himself to fast plunge into a way of life that is not akin to the plan the Eternal Father set forth for him. He is attempting, mankind, to build a new world, eliminating his God. I say unto you, this will not be tolerated much longer. The few who have given themselves as victim souls have carried the weight of the world upon their shoulders. The cross will be heavy for them and others, but I assure you, my children, I repeat only the words of the past and the future, that only a few will come out saved from the final trial. Your country, the eagle, has fallen and been plucked by Satan. The great bird no longer flies high. No, I say unto you, because of your immorality, your materialistic seeking, your scientific pursuits to outdo the Eternal Father and His plan for mankind, you bring upon yourselves great trial and punishment. As in the past, we sent to you voices crying in this wilderness of evil. Straighten yourselves out. Make way for the Lord, for the hand of punishment shall come upon you. As in the past, you all continue in your lives of pleasure, neither caring nor seeking the truth. Therefore, I say unto you as your God, many will die. Only a few will be saved.
You believe in God? No. You don't believe in God?
I am an atheist. We're all carbon-based beings in the same universe.
Do you believe in God?
Not personally, no.
No, I do not believe in God. I believe in science.
Like, feasibly, I don't really understand how it would work.
I just question a lot. I'm not sure if it's a real thing.
Within months, some scientists say they will have cloned a human baby. What was once thought impossible now seems unstoppable. In America, tiny human life forms are already being cloned for medical research.
Scientists in Israel have created a quote-unquote incredibly human-like artificial embryo model. They're calling it a breakthrough, a scientific milestone of sorts. But is it really? They have made artificial models of human embryos from stem cells that were generated in a lab. This artificial embryo model had all the elements of a 14-day human embryo. The cells it is made up of also showed the ability to grow into tissues. Is letting machines replicate every human element of life a good idea? Should there be a limit to the kind of scientific research we are allowed to do, especially when it comes to the creation of life?
Learn a simple lesson from the past, my children. When the morals of a country start to go down into darkness and the teachings turn from God to man, that country will soon be ended. First the spiritual life and then the material life of your country shall be destroyed.
A fabulous city, rich in culture and technological advances, is about to be destroyed. Buildings, people, an entire civilization swept away by an overwhelming natural disaster. For this is Atlantis, the ancient land that legend has it was sunk beneath the waves 11,000 years ago by a massive cataclysm.
According to Plato's myth, the Atlanteans created a civilization to rival the mighty Greeks. But they did not use their power wisely, and this angered the gods.
The Atlanteans grew cruel, they grew harsh, they grew hubristic, and for this they were punished by the gods. The city was destroyed and submerged and lost beneath the waves.
In the 3rd year of the reign of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came to Jerusalem and besieged it. Why would God allow this to happen? Because look in verse 2, it says, the Lord gave Jehoiakim, king of Judah, into his hand. So the Lord allowed this. Now you might say, why would God allow this to happen? 2 Chronicles chapter 36, verse 15. It says this, the Lord, the God of their fathers, sent word to them again and again by his messengers, because he had compassion on his people and his dwelling place, But they continually mocked the messengers of God, despised his words, and scoffed at his prophets until the wrath of the Lord arose against his people until there was no remedy.
Etc. It was also revealed to Veronica that leaders of both the religious and secular world are under the influence of the forces of evil.
My children, there are forces now loosed upon your earth. The abyss is wide open now. 666, devil, Antichrist, has entered in full force upon your earth. His agents now are in the Vatican. They have captured some of the highest seats in the hierarchy. They have taken over many governments. They are bringing the nations to the edge of destruction.
President Biden believes in God?
No, not at all. He worships the devil.
And how do you see that manifested in Bud?
It's showing.
Well, where do you see the devil worship come out in Bud?
All over. All over the country. Like everywhere. It's everywhere.
Joe Biden. I perceive something like a black layer full of tension and disharmony around him. Inside of him there is a white, emotionless, dominant energy, which could seem like a strong energy or charisma, but I perceive this as a self-referential, emotionless strengthening of their own energy, which is about achieving goals that are in his interest, but have nothing to do with humanity or even warmth. Something like black tar flows continuously out of him into the world. He drives around like in a kind of wheelchair or vehicle, completely recklessly in or with this mess of tar. It seems that he doesn't care about the ground or the people he is riding over, and he laughs like a completely crazy person in his intoxication. He seems to be out of his mind and seems to have forgotten all important tasks and people in his fame frenzy. He is only concerned about himself, as if he would forget that there are other people at all if he gets too much power. No humanity, let alone compassion.
Mr. President, can I ask you a quick question on Israel before you drive away?
No, you can't. Not unless you get in front of the car as I step on it.
I think that there has that a portal, a demonic portal, opened above the White House around the time that the Bidens moved in. Yeah. So I was skeptical about it, but I looked at the photos, and you can also, there's a live cam where you can actually see in real time, and there does appear to be something, above the White House.
There you can see it. It's very, very clear. It doesn't move day or night. It's harder to see during the day, but you see it at night. And I'm absolutely convinced about the inherent, there it is again, about the inherent evil of what's going on in the White House, what's going on in the country.
Well, nothing says Christmas like enshrining Satan in the White House. That is, if you are Joe and Jill Biden. The wreath has "We the People" under it, and then they notice something kind of odd. Yes, the colors are not very Christmassy. They're green and kind of a dark blue, kind of odd. But when you look really close, what do you see? This goat head, like a demon head, like a Baphomet head, enshrined above the wreath. Baphomet is the demon of child sacrifice and abortion.
Biden is evil. Trump must win. He's real. He will bring back the people's trust. These leftists are not for the American people. It's the biggest cover-up ever. Biden is an extension of the policies of Obama that weakened America, and we cannot let that happen again. The left are deceitful and have lied to the American people. They have stripped down her mighty powers for their own ego of power to rule the nation's economy.
I don't care if you think I'm Satan reincarnated. America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him people are waiting for relief. I got them $1.9 trillion relief so far. Don't dismiss it at all. Just remind them, I wrote the bill on the environment. Employers can't find workers. I said, yeah, pay them more.
Etc.
O Gaza, all lands belong to the Lord, not any grabber. Live in love with your neighbors, not die in horror.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan.
The Pope, I saw it on the video in the news. He even bowed his head in front of Biden. Believe that or not?
Wow.
Oh, man.
Wow.
He is officially the king of this Catholic system and the so-called representative of God on earth. And he bowed to a secular power.
Wow.
Meaning the lay power, the worldly power.
Yes.
He really kept bowing his head. That wasn't humility. He knows already this guy is bad. And he bowed, kowtow to him.
Unbelievable.
Just to try to keep himself on that seat, on the chair of the Vatican. They may be scared also because of his demon power.
Oh.
Yeah, even the Pope bowed down.
Yes.
The Pope has less demon power than Biden.
The Biden administration says it wants to end the violence and see an end to it between Israel and the Palestinians, despite the fact that it blocked a UN Security Council resolution calling for an end to the conflict for the third time in a week.
While insisting they were working to get aid into Gaza,
those against?
The United States, standing alone, blocked the Security Council from passing a resolution that would do just that. The U.S. ambassador insisted that the draft was incomplete.
It's been a year since President Biden's failed withdrawal from Afghanistan, and the fallout just keeps getting worse if you're paying attention. House Republicans accusing the administration of leaving more than 800 U.S. citizens behind. That's more than 8 times what the White House has previously disclosed. They said they wouldn't leave a single person behind.
He has lost the trust and confidence of every member of the military and the military families that I'm proud to be a part of. He's lost the trust and confidence of our allies who are now negotiating without us because they don't know why we're doing what we're doing. He's lost the trust and confidence of the American people. The world is definitely a more dangerous place.
They know that Joe Biden's open border policy is a political disaster, so they're trying to hide the consequences of that policy in the dark of night.
He was supposed to unite the country, but lately all it seems Biden wants to do is cause division.
I think we're more divided than we ever were.
Far more. He's the most divisive president in the history of the United States, at least in my lifetime.
Etc. Mrs. Lueken received several messages through the apparition of Blessed Saint Mary, vegetarian, asking people to pray for their clergy around the world because they are easily affected.
You will continue to pray a vigil of prayer for the clergy of the world. Darkness has descended upon my son's churches upon earth. Whatever shall become of you all in the chaos that is fast coming to your country and other nations of the world, there will soon enter upon your world a despot, number 2, I call him, that many have named him, and the root of life refers to him as the Antichrist.
Heaven will allow now the bishops, the cardinals, to be tested. The kernels shall be taken from the chaff, and all that is rotten will fall.
Blessed Saint Mary gave further details about the Antichrist that will enter the Vatican.
You must, my children, understand the workings of the supernatural. Satan, his agents, demons, must enter into the body of a man, woman, or child out of grace to work their will, being of a world unseen to human eyes unless this grace is granted through the Eternal Father's intervention. You cannot see these demons, but they are existing. They are beings as you are human beings. They are supernatural beings from the dark world, from the pit of hell.
我们比方说道德不够，没有任何的那个借力让我们依靠，又我们自己精神软弱，那就被那些阿修罗的鬼呀、就来就附身了。我们也不一定知道他附我们身，不过他一天到晚催我们赌博，或是催我们喝酒，所以我们叫那些人酒鬼，有没有？真的有鬼哦。 是，他在身上是催人家，所以越喝越多，越喝越不够，因为他带亲戚朋友来一起共享，一个身体好几个人共享，他自己没有身体呀、他就利用我们的身体，喝酒、赌博，给他们享受一些人生的快乐。
What did Master mean by some humans are not humans?
Yeah, because some are kind of zombies. They are possessed by some lower negative entity. And they direct that person to do things, not according to what that person really wants.
Oh.
Therefore, sometimes people go out and do some bad things and come back and they don't remember.
As I have told you, 41% of this world's population is either, born by demons, supported by demons, influenced by demons, controlled by demons, or our demons themselves in the form of humans, because they borrow the body of humans. When somebody is weak and vulnerable, they will be able to do. Sometimes when you sleep, the soul goes out and they will be able to enter your body and use your body to do many things that you will not be able to fight against. And sometimes consciously, you don't want to do this and that, but something pulls you, something forces you, and you do things, and later you regret. Or your body is completely controlled by the demons, and you could never regain it again. And your soul is floating around or in limbo somewhere, unable to have control of it, and just live in misery.
Veronica was also shown the visions of this evil Antichrist.
Oh, I see a horrible, black-looking, ugly thing that was down there in the pit. It's inside of this man who, outside he looks holy and human, but he's actually one of those things. He's actually a creature of hell.
Some of our Supreme Master Qinghai International Association members, all vegans, have also shared their visions of the current sitting man in the Vatican, Jorge Bergoglio, or P. Francis, in his true form.
I went to meditate and suddenly went into samadhi. I clearly saw the real body of the incumbent pope. He is the crocodile devil with hard scales all over his body, who emits a grimy and evil magnetic field. His long mouth, with vicious, protruding fangs, was exhaling an extremely dirty breath. He looked extremely frightening.
میخواهم تجربه‌ام در یک مدیتیشن را با شما در میان بگذارم. چهره واقعی پاپ فرانسیس را دیدم که به شکل یک موجود ترسناک درآمده بود، با دهان و پوزه بسیار بزرگ با دندانهای تیز و بلند. او میخندید و داشت یک انسان را به صورت زنده میخورد.
etc.
There are 211 countries and regions which have animal people protection laws. Nauru is one of them. Nauru Animals Act 1982. This act primarily relates to the licensing of dog people, their entry to the island, and care. However, the Act's definition of animal extends to birds, fish, reptiles, insects, and spiders. Obey the law of your country. No more animal people slaughterhouses. No more hurting. No more murdering them to eat, to lab test, or for any reason at all. Be vegan. Make peace. So be it.
The gods created certain kinds of beings to replenish our bodies. They are the trees and the plants and the seeds. Plato, vegetarian.
Wise viewers, we appreciate your company today. Please tune in again next week as we continue our exploration of the apocalyptic predictions of Veronica Lueken. Coming up next is Ukrainian or Uranian Pioneers Bringing Positive Changes to Humanity, Part 1 of 2, Dr. Valdemir Hopkin, right after Noteworthy News. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. May your soul be forever nourished with the love of the celestial realms.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, hell not reach.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/AP.